Hello viewers, I'm Dr. K. Sarojini Chakravarti, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Botany, Government Degree College, Khairatabad, Hyderabad. In today's class, we are going to learn in detail about organ culture. Now, what is organ culture? Organ culture is a type of tissue culture technique that involves isolating an organ for its in vitro growth. So any excised organ, primordial or whole or a part of an organ plant, can be used and explant for the culture process that may allow differentiation and preservation of function. So with organ culture, or as it with their various tissue components, this method is used for preserve their structure or functions, which allows the organ to still resemble and retain the characteristics which they would have in vivo. New growth, that is differentiated structures, continues given that the organ retains its physiological features. As such, an organ helps it provide information on patterns of growth, differentiation, as well as development. Now we'll see what are the different types of organ culture. On the basis of an explant, organ culture is of two types. One is vegetative organ culture. Here the explants used are root, leaf, shoot. And the second one is reproductive organ culture. So here reproductive organs of a plant are used and explant. So it may be flower bud, anther, ovary, ovule, embryo, etc. So in this class, we are going to discuss in detail about two cultures. One is root culture and leaf culture of vegetative organ culture. And in the next class, we'll discuss about the other cultures. The first one is root culture. So what is a root culture? So as I said, it is a part of a vegetative organ culture. So here the root, it is an explant, it is used as an explant from a plant, and it is from there we can produce new plantlets. So what is a root culture definition? So it is a culture, excised, radical tips of aseptically germinated seeds in a liquid medium where they are induced to grow independently under controlled conditions. So what is an explant here? Here explant is the radical tips. Okay, so from where you are getting these root tips or radical tips? The root tips or radical tips we are getting from a germinated seeds. So we are not taking from the plant, we are taking the radical tips of germinated seeds. Why so? Because if you uproot a plant and if you take a plant, so the plant root system, it consists of lot of soil. So a lot of soil adheres to the roots. So what happens? So it's for for surface sterilization of roots, it is very difficult, and there is a more chances of contamination. So to avoid that, so in root culture, what we do is the explant. So if you want, you have to choose a plant. So the seeds of the plant will be taken and they are allowed to germinate in aseptic conditions where microbes are free, in a liquid medium, that too, where they are allowed to grow. So there, when radical tips emerge, germination starts. So we'll going to excise or cut those radical tips, and they are used as an explant for further culture process. The root tip culture was developed by Robbins of USA and Cote of Germany in the year 1922. White medium, is mostly used as a best basic nutrient medium for in vitro root culture experiments. Now we are going to see the principle of root culture. So on what basis the root culture process or technique is based. Root cultures can be successfully initiated from the excised radical tips of aseptically germinated seeds, as we discussed earlier. Root tips from young seedlings are very sensitive to toxic chemical sterilants. So that's why it is better to avoid the surface sterilization of young root tips for the establishment of root cultures. So that's why instead of using this, root tips, when you take root tips from young seedlings, so we don't no need of doing any surface sterilization. Why? Because they are very they are very sensitive to these chemical solutions which are used as a surface for surface sterilization. So that's why it is better to not to you go with the surface sterilization with of root tips are from young seedlings. That's why whenever you are going to take, so when the germination process, seed germination process itself, a care should be taken where everything should be in an aseptic condition, so that there will be no requirement of going for a surface sterilization of these root tips from young seedlings. So after the principle, now we will see what is the protocol, means how the process takes place in a root culture technique. So the first one is initiation of isolated root culture. So what here we does is the seeds, means the from which we have to select a plant. So from the selected plant, seeds are taken. Seeds are surface sterilized to avoid contamination by surface sterilization techniques or methods are used, and germinated on moist filter paper or White's basal medium at 25 degrees centigrade in the dark. Okay, so that is the first process. Okay, so after that what we are doing is, next is, so first is sterilization of seeds should be done. Okay, with the sterilization chemicals, it could be first with TPOL, then followed by washing with sterile distilled water, then again alcohol, and after that again doing after that we have to wash them with 0.1% so mercury chloride or 0.5% sodium hypochlorite. Okay, so after that we have to place that seeds on a moist filter paper, so that we are providing moisture for the seeds to get germinated, or sometimes we can place them in White's basal liquid medium and have to place them in incubation period in the dark for at 25 degrees centigrade temperature. Next step is initiation of isolated root culture. So when you place them like this, see, so in a petri dish we have placed your seeds, and you can see germination of seedlings has taken place, and you can see root tips. Next we have to go with the isolation of this root culture. Okay, so what is this? When the seedling roots are 20 to 40 millimeters in length, 10 millimeters apical tips, that is it acts as a tip inoculum. Okay, so are to be excised, means they have to cut with a scalpel and transfer them to 40 ml liquid medium. Okay, so this is what we have to do is so we got this see emergence of radical tips. We have to cut them, and we have to transfer them into liquid medium. Okay, after that what we have to do is, the flask has to be incubated at 25 degrees centigrade temperature in the dark. So light is not required, it should be placed in the dark. Next, last step is initiation of clones. So the root material derived from a single radical tip, it could be multiplied and maintained in continuous culture, such that genetically uniform root cultures. Okay, so each piece of this is known as sector inoculum. Okay, so each are referred to as clone or isolated roots. So after transferring them to basal White's basal medium, so when we place in a growth chamber or growth room, what happens? You can see development of a shoot, and you can multiply them. So for by doing subculturing, we can multiply them, and each genetically uniform root culture is referred as clone of isolated roots. Now we'll see protocol step by step. So first one is establish a root culture from a radical tip of a seed, as we have described earlier, how we have to do. Then transfer a 10-day-old established root culture to a sterile petri dish containing sterile medium. After that, we have to cut the main axis of root into a number of pieces. So this is very important. So we have to cut the radical tip, okay, into our main axis of a root into number of pieces. Now each piece is called sector inoculum or initial, and each it bears 4 to 5 young laterals. After that, we have to transfer the individual sector inoculum or initial aseptically. So we have this, everything should be done in a laminar airflow aseptically into a nutrient liquid medium and incubate in dark at 25 degrees centigrade. After that, such sectors culture can be used to initiate further tip culture using 10 nanometers apical tips of laterals of a growing sector inoculums, or the growing sector is again cut into 4 to 5 sectors to initiate the sector culture. So this is known as subculturing. So after getting your culture, that inoculum can be allowed to grow, or sometimes again make them into pieces and transfer them into liquid nutrient medium. Again they are allowed to grow, and you can like this you can make multiples of this same sector inoculum into uh, into 4 to 5 sectors. So this is known as subculturing. Next we'll see. So this is a picture which shows how this takes place. So starting with the seeds has to be surface sterilized. After surface sterilization, they have to be incubated in the on the petri dish having a moist filter paper. Then we'll get your roots. The roots has to be excised, and they have to place into a liquid medium. And after that, they have to transfer them, okay, and make into sectors. So like this you have to make it to sectors. So after that you can place them into again subculture into another flask containing the liquid medium. So like this you can do 4 to 5 sectors from a same inoculum of the root. So like this is the whole protocol of root culture. Now we'll see what is the importance of root culture. Why root culture is important? Because it has the root all, so though root culture is there, but the root of many species cannot be cultured. But this root culture is very successful in the species of tomato, pea, clover, carrot, etc. So why it is important? It has increased our knowledge of carbohydrate metabolism, role of mineral oils, vitamins, etc. in the root growth. And second one is, root cultures have provided basic information on the dependence of roots and shoots for growth hormones. And lastly, the root clones, I mean the sectors or inoculum of a root culture, are ideally suited for the study of the effect of various compounds on root growth. So because of these three reasons, the root culture is very, very important in plant tissue culture technique. Now we'll see what are the applications of root culture. The first one is study of nodulation of leguminous root in culture. So the process of nodule formation in the roots of leguminous plants is by the bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria, Rhizobium species, and it is a complex physiological system, okay, which is not properly understood. So this root culture of leguminous plants, it provides an ideal system to study this physiological system of Rhizobium, nitrogen fixing bacteria, how the nodule formation takes place. Second one is regeneration of shoots on roots. So cultures of these isolated roots, they can be maintained continuously for many years. Okay, so these shoots can be induced to regenerate from cultured roots. The shoot primordia can be derived from callus at the cut ends of the roots. Okay, and indigenously from the internal tissues of the root. But this phenomena is of practical value as well as theoretical interest. So we can make out how the shoot primordia is, it is getting derived from the callus, from the cut ends of the roots. That study can be, means regeneration of shoots on the roots can be studied with this technique, that is root culture technique. Third point is study of synthesis of secondary metabolites from root culture. So many roots, they are medicinally very, very important. As we know, as India is one of the Indian medicinal system is Ayurveda, where it mostly based on the roots, medicinal plants. Okay, so the roots of many medicinal plants are there. So They help in the synthesis of these pharmaceutical important alkaloids as byproducts of normal metabolism, that is secondary metabolites. So this root culture have been used to locate the site of biosynthesis of such compounds. So root culture techniques are also used to increase the synthesis of such compounds in cultured root by some nutritional manipulations. So like this, study of secondary metabolites or synthesis of secondary metabolites, biochemical pathway can be studied from this root culture technique. Last is initiation and development of secondary vascular tissues. So when you exercise a culture root, it shows only the primary structure of the young seedling radicle and therefore do not form the secondary vascular tissues. But when you excise root tips from the seedlings, okay, so it develops a vascular cambium when cultured in medium containing indole acetic acid, IAA, oxen. So we can, because by this it was confirmed that we can study the site, time of origin and functioning of such vascular cambium in the root tissues. So like this, root culture technique has these applications, and it is a very good technique. With the root radical tips, we can regenerate plantlets. After root culture, in vegetative organ culture, the next culture is leaf culture. So next now we'll see what is a leaf culture technique. So leaf culture technique or leaf culture is a culture of excised young leaf primordia or immature leaf, young leaf of the shoot apex in a chemically defined nutrient medium where they grow and follow the developmental sequences under controlled conditions. Now we'll see what is the principle of this leaf culture. So here what we are going to take, here we are going to take leaf primordia or very young leaves are taken. They are surface sterilized and inoculated on the nutrient agar medium. It's a solid medium. So leaves have a limited growth potential. So in culture, the amount of leaf growth depends on the stage of maturity at the time of accession. So if you want to take a leaf, we have to check at which stage of maturity the leaf is there. So because depending on the stage of maturity, the growth potential or the or the growth leaf growth can be it is dependent. So that's why we should be very, very careful upon the stage of maturity of the leaf while you're going to take for as an explant. Leaf primordia or very young leaf have more growth potential than mature leaves. That's why for this leaf culture technique, we have to choose we have to select a plant which can and we have to particularly take or cut the young leaf or a young leaf primordia. And most of the work on leaf culture has been done with its lower plants, particularly ferns. All the higher plant species such as tobacco and sunflower are also, this technique has been used in these high plant species also, that is tobacco and sunflower along with lower plants. Now we'll see what is the technique of or the protocol or the process of leaf culture technique. First, we have to detach vegetative bud or very young leaf. As I said, like young leaf has a growth potential than the mature leaf. That's why we have to take very young leaf from shoot apex at the vegetative phase of the plant. Wash the explants thoroughly with running tap water. So that is to remove all the dirt, everything. After that, immerse the leaf buds or young leaves in 5% teapot for 10 minutes. Wash the explants to remove teapot. And this washing has to be done in sterile distilled water. After washing with the teapot and followed by washing with the sterile distilled water, leaf buds or young leaves are to be surface sterilized. So here the first surface sterilization starts with 70% ethanol, that is for 30 seconds. Then it is followed by 10 to 15 minutes incubation in sodium hypochlorite solution. Okay, or sometimes if chlorine is also there, 0.8% chlorine is also. Otherwise, 0.5% sodium hypochlorite solution is enough for the surface sterilization. Then rinse the explants very carefully with 3 to 4 times in sterile distilled water. So this should be very, because by rinsing or by washing the explants with the sterile distilled water, whatever chemicals we have used for surface sterilization, it may be the T-Pol or it may be the alcohol or sodium hypochlorite, everything should be removed from the surface of the leaf. That we have to do. That's why rinsing of the explant, as many times as it is good for removing all these chemicals from the surface of the leaf. After that, you have to excise the leaf primordia from the leaf bud with the help of a surgical scalpel. So you have to take the leaf primordia, then inoculate the leaf primordia or the young leaf onto the culture medium. Okay, after that, incubate the cultures or in the between the petri dish or the test tubes at 25 degrees centigrade under 16 hours light. So here the controlled temperature is 16 hours light. And in the previous root culture technique, what we have seen, incubate them at 25 degrees centigrade, but in the dark. But here light is required. So depending on the explant, depending on the technique, so there is a change in the control of these conditions, abiotic conditions. Next, we'll see what is the importance of leaf culture. So before that, this is the different stages of leaf culture. So I have taken this from Dwazanko and Alexander 2009 published in their paper. So this is regarding Brassica napus and sugar beet, but here we are taken only Brassica napus, sugar beet. Okay, so here they have taken, it is a 1 to 2 months old plant, and from that we have taken the young leaf. They have taken the young leaf. So the leaf is surface sterilized. So everything is done, and after that they have, with the help of a scalpel, they have excised the leaf into small bits, and after that they have transferred the explant onto the MS medium. Okay, so that callus induction takes place. So they have to, all this petri dish along with the explant or the or it may be the flask or it may be test tubes where the explant is present, it should be placed in the culture room. In the here for this one, they have placed in the dark at 30 degrees centigrade. So depending on the plant also, it changes. After for 1 month in dark, again they have transferred them to the light for 16 hours light at 25 degrees centigrade and 8 hours darkness at 20 degrees centigrade. So this we have to maintain. So after 3 weeks, then they have transferred into the liquid medium. And after that, when the plantlets are again hardening, acclimatization process takes place, and they are allowed to grow in the natural environmental condition. So this is the leaf culture in a nutshell, in a diagrammatic representation. Next, importance of leaf culture. Culture of excised leaf primordia is valuable to study the effects of various nutrients, growth factors, and changing environmental conditions on leaf development under conditions diverse from the complexities of the intact plant. Second one, in case of ferns, that is lower plants, leaf primordial cultures are used to study the formation of sporangia and the size at which our leaf primordium is destined to become a leaf. Next, thirdly, leaf culture of solanaceous species can be used as clonal micropropagation. So how they are used as a clonal micropropagation? Because young leaves of solanaceous species form numerous shoot buds instead of callus formation. So when they are cultured on MS nutrient medium, that is Monashik school nutrient medium, and with the plant hormones kinetin, okay, or BAP, any cytokinin, if it is one of the component is cytokinin. So when shoot have grown to a height of 3 centimeters, they will be removed and subcultured onto MS medium, but without growth hormones. So root formation is stimulated by this treatment. So that's why leaf culture of solanaceous species can be used as clonal micropropagation. Because of this, first, a medium is, it is provided with cytokinins for shoot initiation, and instead of forming a callus, numerous shoot buds are formed. After that, the same shoot buds are, when they are transferred onto the next nutrient medium without plant hormones. Okay, so then without growth hormones, and especially oxygen is added, and where you can see formation of roots. So then that's why it is used as a clonal micro propagation. So like this, in a vegetative organ culture is of two types depending on the explant. That is vegetative organ culture if root, shoot, leaf are used, and if vegetative reproductive organs are used, that is embryo, ovary, ovule, anther, then it is known as reproductive organ culture. So in today's class we have seen vegetative organ culture, and in the vegetative organ culture we have seen only two culture techniques. One is from the root. If the explant is a root, that is root culture technique. If the explant is a leaf, then it is a leaf culture technique. And in the next class, um, we are going to see the next vegetative organ culture, that is shoot culture.